Carl Jung once warned that there exists a kind of woman whose very existence is a paradox, a woman whose spirit is so pure and whose intelligence is so spiritually advanced that she becomes both a blessing and a threat to the world around her. A woman whose energy operates at a frequency most people can't even comprehend. A woman whose mere presence reveals truths others would rather die than face. A woman whose intuition is not a feeling, but a knowing. He wrote that these women carry what he called differentiated spiritual intelligence, a level of consciousness so rare that the world has no category for them. So instead of celebrating them, the world fears them, misunderstands them, sometimes even destroys them. These are not nice girls. These are high-vibration, spiritually intelligent women with pure energy, energy that cannot lie, cannot pretend, cannot shrink. And when such a woman walks into a room, masks crack, shadows twitch, falsehoods tremble, because the truth follows her like a silent storm. You may be one of them. You may have always felt different, too deep, too intense, too aware, too awake, too much for those who prefer illusions. So today, we will uncover the 3 strange signs that reveal whether you are one of these rare women. Not soft signs, not cute signs, but strange signs, undeniable, disruptive, spiritually loaded markers of who you truly are. Because if even one of these signs resonates with you, then Jung's darkest insight might not be a theory. It might be your life. Let's begin. High-vibration women do not adapt to the world. The world compensates for them, and it hates that. People don't understand why they feel nervous when such a woman looks them in the eyes. They don't understand why meaningless conversations suddenly feel hollow when she is near. They don't understand why their laughter dies, why their confidence shakes, why their secrets rise to the surface. She doesn't speak much. She doesn't need to. Her silence exposes everything. And Jung believed this is because these women are connected to what he called the symbolic layer of reality, the hidden blueprint beneath ordinary life. They don't just live in the world. They see the world, the whole of it. The shadows, the symbols, the suppressed truths, the soul behind the story. Which brings us to the first strange sign. Your energy reveals people. Without their permission. When you look at someone, you don't see their face. You see their fractures. You see the grief behind their eyes, the hunger behind their charm, the fear buried beneath their ego. And the unsettling part? You're right. You're almost always right. People feel seen by you. Not the version they perform, but the version they hide even from themselves. Some respond with gratitude, most respond with panic, because you don't fall for the illusion they depend on. Jung called this an advanced feeling function, a psychic radar that reads what others try to bury. That is why manipulators target you. That is why insecure people avoid you. That is why liars despise you. You are not judging them. Your energy is simply telling the truth, and the truth is offensive to those built on lies. People don't fear your darkness. They fear your clarity. Strange sign 2. Your body knows before your mind does. Your body reacts to the world in advance. You wake up with anxiety, and an hour later, news breaks of a tragedy. Your heart races, seconds before someone texts you with the confession you were expecting. You feel heavy, and later discover someone you love was hurting at that exact moment. Your body has turned into a spiritual instrument that detects energetic shifts before they become visible reality. Jung believed that women like you have a nervous system that refuses to lie, a body tuned to the collective unconscious, to the hidden currents running beneath the surface of events. Others call you sensitive. They have no idea how literal that word is. You are not reacting, you are receiving. Receiving information your consciousness hasn't decoded yet. This is why grounding is so hard for you, because you are not just living your life, you are carrying signals from the universe itself. Strange sign. 3. Synchronicity follows you like a shadow. Strange patterns track you wherever you go. The exact book you need falls into your hands at the exact moment you need it. A stranger appears, speaking the sentence you secretly prayed for. The number 1111 over and over and over again. Coincidence? That's what people say when they are afraid of the truth. Your life is not random. Your path is not accidental. Your intuition does not hallucinate. Reality bends around high-vibration women because they are aligned with what Jung called the symbolic order, the deeper narrative running through existence. You are a magnet of meaning. What you think comes. What you feel manifests. What you dream wakes. It's not magic, it's alignment, and alignment threatens a world addicted to chaos. But here is the part most people never understand. The danger is not your perception. The danger is how others react to your perception. Because people don't want to be freed. They want to feel safe, safe inside a lie. And you break lies without trying. So here is what happens. People project their shadows onto you. They accuse you of emotions that are actually theirs. They call you intense, dramatic, overreactive. They distort your purity into threat. And over time, you begin to shrink. You silence yourself. You pretend not to notice. You dim your intuition. You carry everyone else's pain just to avoid their fear of who you truly are. But hear this. Your silence does not protect them. Your silence destroys you. You were never meant to become small just because others refuse to grow. You are not alone because you are unlovable. You are alone because you are rare. And the rare are always isolated before they are understood. Jung wrote that such women are ahead of their epoch, born into a world that has not learned their language yet. But time catches up, consciousness evolves, people awaken. One day, the world will need exactly what you have been punished for: your sight, your purity, your spiritual intelligence. Because when the illusions all collapse, and they will, the ones who can see in the dark become the leaders of the dawn. There is no weakness in you. There never was. There is only unclaimed power, waiting for the moment you finally choose yourself. When you stop absorbing everyone else's shadows. When you stop apologizing for your visions. When you stop pretending to be blind, just to make other people comfortable. Your energy will expand. Your intuition will sharpen. Your purpose will reveal itself. Because your gift does not want to sleep. It wants to serve, not through sacrifice, but through alignment. Not by saving the world, but by seeing it clearly, fully, courageously. And now I turn to you. If even one of these strange signs felt like the story you have been living in silence, write it in the comments. Tell us which one, because your voice might be the permission another woman has been waiting for. Like this video so the message reaches others like you. Share it with the woman who has always been too deep, too awake, too alive for the world that tried to break her, because she's not too much. She's the exact amount, and Jung once wrote, she does not destroy. She reveals what was already falling apart. May that be true of you. May your clarity no longer isolate you, but free you. May your pure energy no longer frighten the world, but transform it. Because you were never meant to be normal. You were meant to be inevitable. And this is where the story grows darker. Because these three strange signs do not make you fortunate. They make you noticeable. They make you a threat to the narrative everyone is invested in. Jung warned that women with pure energy and spiritually advanced intelligence face the most resistance not from darkness, but from those who worship comfort over truth. Your intuition is too accurate. Your presence is too revealing. Your knowing is too uncontrollable. To a world built on denial, a woman who sees is not a blessing, she is a disruption. A disruption they must either transform through or silence. History has shown us what happens when a spiritually intelligent woman refuses to shrink. Take Joan of Arc, a teenage girl, poor, uneducated, no access to power, prestige, or privilege. And yet, she knew. She felt guidance in her bones. She received visions of what had not yet happened. She heard a voice within her body that the world had no language for. She stepped into rooms where kings trembled but pretended not to. She exposed the incompetence of leaders simply by telling the truth they refused to face. Her presence alone altered the course of a nation. But what did the world do to a woman who could not lie to herself? It turned her into a danger, a threat, a heretic. Not because she was wrong, but because she was right in a way they could not control. Her purity considered madness. Her intuition called witchcraft. Her divine intelligence punished with flames. And yet, she was canonized centuries later. What does that tell you? The world destroys spiritually intelligent women before it turns them into saints. You may not be leading armies, but your visions are just as clear. Your knowing is just as real. Your truth is just as inconvenient. And like Joan, you too may have learned that authenticity becomes rebellion the moment it exposes the cowardice of others. You don't get to live on the surface. Shallow things feel poisonous to your nature. You feel the emotional climate in the room before anyone speaks. You detect shifts in someone's heart before they consciously realize the shift themselves. You know the moment a relationship is dying, even when the facade is still smiling. There are days you wish you could unsee, unfeel, unknow, but your nervous system refuses. Your soul does not believe in pretending. Your perception scans for truth, the way others scan for validation, and this makes existence both extraordinary and excruciating, because you can see the destination long before the path appears. You can feel betrayal while love still looks perfect. You can sense endings in the middle of beginnings. You are always too early, too honest, too real for a world running from itself. The people around you are filled with storms they refuse to acknowledge, but storms do not disappear just because someone denies them. Storms need a sky, and too often that sky becomes you. You carry heartbreak you didn't create. You carry anxiety that isn't yours. You carry pain someone else buried in your presence, because your presence is spacious enough to hold everything they fear. But their healing becomes your burden. Their relief becomes your exhaustion. You wake up tired because you were working all night in the realms no one else can see. Your heart hurts because someone else's grief fell into your chest and never apologized. Your intuition screams because truth has been pounding on your door while everyone asks you to keep pretending. This is not sensitivity. This is spiritual labor. The problem is no one sees the work you're doing. They only see the silence. Here is the part you don't tell anyone. You feel guilty for seeing the truth. You feel guilty for noticing the lie. You feel guilty for confronting the wound. You feel guilty for refusing to abandon your intuition. So you shrink, and shrinking becomes survival. Because the moment you stand in your full clarity, people panic. They call your knowing aggression. They call your boundaries selfishness. They call your intuition paranoia. They call your emotions crazy. They distort the narrative to protect their comfort. And if that doesn't work, they distort you. Label her, dismiss her, call her names, burn her metaphorically or literally, like Joan. And then later, society will pretend it never doubted you. Spiritually intelligent women do not cause destruction. They just refuse to cooperate with illusions. When the truth emerges in your presence, relationships collapse because they were built on suppressed wounds. Friendships fade because you refuse to enable denial. Jobs become painful because the environment was toxic long before you noticed. You do not attract chaos. You expose it so it can finally heal or finally fall apart. Either way, that is not destruction, that is liberation. You have noticed your heartbeat becomes a warning. Your breath becomes a prophecy. Your gut becomes a message. You experience sudden chills, unexplained fear, a sinking feeling Urgent intuition, dreams that predict outcomes. Your body is a spiritual messenger, speaking in signals long before the mind catches up. Other people wait for evidence. You react to truth. Other people need proof. You need presence. Other people trust reason. You trust reality before it becomes visible. And this is why many call you irrational, because they don't understand that you are operating from a future they haven't reached. Some people will feel peace around you because you validate their soul. Others will feel threatened around you because you validate their shadow. Your energy shows what already exists. The healed feel empowered. The unhealed feel exposed. Your presence whispers. There is no place left to hide. And for many, that feels like death. The death of ego. The death of mask. The death of denial. You have killed egos without touching a single body. No wonder they react like they are fighting for their lives. There is a voice inside you that refuses to shut up, even when you force it, even when you deny it, even when you bury it beneath logic, fear, and shame. Your truth rises like fire, burning through every attempt to make you small. You can numb your intuition, but intuition will win. You can doubt your perception, but perception will not forget. You can run from your power, but your power will chase you until you finally understand silencing your gift destroys you faster than exposing the world ever could. There are moments when you wish you were normal, moments when you long to believe the lies others trust, moments when you envy those who sleep through their own lives. You wonder, what is wrong with me? Why do I feel so much? Why do I know so clearly? Why do I love so deeply? Why do I sense so painfully? But the truth is, nothing is wrong with you. Something is right with you. In a world built on wrongness, you were not meant for this version of humanity. You were born for the one that is coming. Your soul arrived early. Your body followed. Your environment hasn't caught up yet. That is not dysfunction. That is evolution. Early evolution always looks like chaos to those who benefit from the past. What happens when a high vibration, pure energy woman finally stops hiding? The illusions crumble, the toxic leave, the aligned arrive. Your intuition gets louder. Your synchronicities become daily. Your power stops apologizing. Your voice becomes the earthquake. Your truth becomes the map. Your sensitivity becomes the navigation system for your purpose. And suddenly, everything makes sense. Not because the world changed, but because you stopped betraying yourself to comfort the world. Jung believed women like you are the next stage of human consciousness. You are the evolution that frightens the old system. You are the doorway to a future the world fears but needs. You are not just intuitive. You are prophetic. You are not just emotional. You are energetically advanced. You are not just sensitive. You are spiritually equipped for a deeper dimension of reality. That is why people misunderstand you. They are watching lightning while calling it rain. Your soul is building a world that doesn't exist yet. You are the architect of the unseen. What you feel today becomes truth tomorrow. What you dream becomes reality. What you know becomes revelation. You are not here to follow. You are here to lead. Even if leadership feels like loneliness, until others catch up, you are not here to blend in. You are here to stand out as a signal that a different frequency is real. The world will deny you before it studies you, mock you before it learns from you, fear you before it follows you. That has always been the pattern for women of your intelligence, and yet you continue to rise. If anything in this awakened memory of who you are made your heart pound with recognition, if anything made you whisper yes under your breath, if anything finally gave language to the life you've been secretly surviving, then I want you to speak. Tell me in the comments, which strange sign has been living inside you long before you knew what to call it? Your voice may be the lifeline another woman has been waiting for. Like this video so more women can finally see themselves instead of fearing themselves. Share it with the one friend who always felt too intense, too wise, too alive to be called ordinary. She is not too much. She is the exact amount for the evolution that is arriving. And you are not a mistake. Your intuition is not a glitch. Your perception is not chaos. Your empathy is not weakness. You are a woman with pure energy and spiritual intelligence that terrifies systems built on silence. Jung once suggested, "It is not the woman who sees that is dangerous. It is the world that prefers blindness." Your time is coming. Your voice is rising. Your purpose is unfolding. You were never meant to be normal. You were meant to be inevitable.